Yes, as you're all aware, I am sick of being dictated to by the psychiatric department. However, I am also sick of being dictated to by the World Health Organization and the anti-smoking lobby. So they've banned smoking in public places. It's the World Health Organization lobbied with the world's governments to ban smoking in public places. A few months later we went into recession, and we've never been out of recession since. Why? People aren't going out spending money. Now they can't go for a cup of coffee and a cigarette. They're just staying home and smoking and not bothering to buy anything new. Plus, the taxes on cigarettes have gone up so much that if you smoke, you can't afford to buy anything else other than cigarettes. As I said, the research done, I know they tried to confuse us, but the research done by the actual anti-smoking lobby showed that passive smokers were more likely to die of cancer. Now they put at the end, so don't smoke. Passive smokers is another word for non-smokers. So non-smokers are more likely to die of cancer than smokers. That's what the research says. Now, are we not allowed to look at any information we want to on the internet and make our own decisions about our own health and welfare without being dictated to by doctors, medics and people who don't like whiffy smells? You know, which is the anti-smoking lobby. You know, the local landlord in Chorley, he got fined and sent to prison for allowing somebody to smoke in his pub. Now, you know, anti-smoking lobby, it's the landlord's pub, it's his business. He should be able to decide what is best for his business, whether it's best to ban smoking or whether it's the best for his business to allow smokers on the premises and non-smokers don't need to go in if they don't want to. He decided that it was bad for business to ban smoking, so he allowed it, and he ended up in prison. Now the people of Chorley all rallied round him and paid his bail to get him out of prison, but you know, from then on his business was doomed because there was nobody going in because you can't smoke. You know, they're talking, not content with banning smoking from all public places and sending the whole world into a double dip recession. Now they're talking of raising the taxes of the price of a packet of cigarettes to £30 a packet, so people can't even afford one packet a week, never mind 2 packets a day. You know, people should be able to make their own decisions on their own health. They're talking now about putting tax on fat, dairy products. You know, you need dairy products for calcium. They're talking through their arse, these doctors, they really are. You know, you do need to eat fat. There are soluble vitamins and minerals in fat that you cannot get from any other type of food. You need to eat fat and butter and cheese and dairy products. Okay, everything in moderation. You know, I am sick of being dictated to by the World Health Organization and God knows how many other people, talking about raising the tax on fat, so you know, you have to eat a high carbohydrate diet like they recommend, with just loads of bread and potatoes and very little else, which I feel is a recipe for a heart attack, and I feel I know what I'm talking about, and I do not want to follow the high carbohydrate low fat diet. And you know, I've stayed perfectly apart from the attentions the effects of the antipsychotic that the doctors keep forcing on me against my will. I have kept perfectly good health all my life, and have never, hardly ever had need to visit a doctor in my life for anything. You know, and yet dictating to us, we're going to put high taxes on anything we don't want you to have. We're going to put taxes on cigarettes, we're going to put taxes on alcohol. Now, although we all know that alcohol is bad for you in large quantities, I do feel that a small amount of alcohol every night is good for you. It helps thin the blood, it helps digest your food when you have a meal, and making it so people can't afford a bottle of wine or something with the meal, even once a week or something. They're putting taxes so high. I am sick of being dictated to by the bloody medical profession, because at the end of the day, nothing they say is based on scientific fact or scientific study. They pluck things out of the air as they discuss things at conferences, and they vote about what information they're going to give to the public. I know that's what they do. I want to be able to decide myself what I think is healthy and what is unhealthy, and what makes me feel okay and what doesn't make me feel okay, and what I feel I want to eat, and how much I want to smoke, and how much I want to drink. I'm sorry, but I am sick of them. I have enough of the psychiatric department forcibly sedating me with antipsychotics all the time, so I can hardly get up off the couch most of the time, let alone, you know, get back to work like I've wanted to since they brought out the 2007 Act, but they just won't allow me to. Keep sectioning me for the least little thing. Her ashtrays were full, Your Honour. She was dishevelled, Your Honour. She hadn't brushed her hair. Your Honour, she hadn't ironed her clothes properly. She was clearly becoming unwell. You know, I'm getting sick of it, a lot of them. I am truly fed up and sick of the lot of them. I wish they would dismantle the N.H.S. and get rid of the whole of the medical profession. Okay, they say you might need a doctor sometimes. You never get any help. If you go to a doctor and say you've got a sore foot, they say, no you haven't dear, I'm a clever doctor, I know you've got a sore elbow. If you go and tell them that you've got a pain in your kidneys, they say, no you haven't, you've got a pain in your heart, I know you've had a heart attack, I'm going to put you on heart pills. Never listen to anything the patients tell them. They just dictate to you all the time, and they're on the news constantly trying to fill you full of propaganda, trying to make you feel guilty because you don't want to donate, if you don't want to donate your body to them when you die. Don't you want somebody to live on after your death? No, I don't care. I don't want somebody to be walking around with my eyeballs. I can't pick and choose who has them, can I? You might give them to some burglar or a paedophile or something. I believe in heaven. Imagine I'm up in heaven looking down at a paedophile walking around with my eyeballs. No, I don't want to donate my body to you people to ransack it like I'm an old Morris Minor car and salvage me parts to use as spare parts for other people like I'm an old banger. No, no matter how much you make me feel guilty. And I am absolutely sick to the back teeth of the lot of it. The whole country, the whole world is dipping into a recession because of these doctors, the medical profession, the anti-smoking lobby, and everybody is just doing everything. The governments are in their lap and doing everything they say. Why? Because they got a degree in a medical science, so they must know everything. No, they don't. People should be allowed to make their own decisions on their own health. Really, they should. Anyway, bye. That's my rant for today.